Okay, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to this very, very special event. It's a great honor and a great pleasure to be here with the Palestinian artist Malak Mata and with Hands Up Project coordinators Sarah in Spain, Raja in Gaza, and Hanin in Gaza as well. So today we've got something very, very special. We've got the launch of our first ever bilingual book in English and Arabic, Grandma's Bird, written and illustrated by Malak herself. We'll come to Malak later. We're going to do a reading of the book in English and Arabic. We're going to interview Malak after that and find out about how the book was made and why it was made. I first met Malak in 2017 on the first trip to Gaza that I ever made. I was very lucky that Malak presented me with this beautiful painting, which is one of my most treasured possessions, and it sits on my wall. And I love it. I love how it represents the strength and the beauty and the resilience of Palestinian women. This is another painting I have of Malak's. I think this one's called Hands Up, isn't it, Malak?
Yes.
This one's called Hands Up. So that's very fitting for the Hands Up project. Would you like to just say something in Arabic so we don't lose our Arabic speaking audience, Raja? Something about, just a brief thing about what I've just said, about what we're going to do this evening. Raja? Oh, I think Raja's frozen.
I think she is.
Yeah, okay. All right, well. Okay, well, I just wanted to, first of all, share some of Malak's paintings. Our designer in New Zealand, Mark, really wanted to be here. Unfortunately, he can't because it's very, very early in the morning for him. But he's created this beautiful video which shows some of Malak's paintings, and we'll just play that while people are joining us around the world on Facebook. So as you join us, please write a comment saying where you are and watch this video.
Comme si je n'existais pas. Elle est passée à côté de moi, sans un regard, reine de Saba. J'ai dit Aïcha, prends, tout est pour toi. Voici les perles, les bijoux, aussi au retour de ton cou, les fruits bien mûrs au goût de miel. Ma vie, Aïcha, si tu m'aimes, j'irai où ton souffle nous mène, dans les pays d'ivoire et d'ébène. J'effacerai tes larmes, tes peines. Rien n'est trop beau pour une si belle. Oh, Aïcha, Aïcha, écoute-moi. Aïcha, Aïcha, t'en vas pas. Aïcha, Aïcha, regarde-moi. Oh, Aïcha, Aïcha, réponds-moi. Je dirai les mots les bons. ونموت عليك. هادي زيت حياتي وحبي، انتي عمري وانتي حياتي. تمنيت ان اعيش معك غير انتي. أوه، عايشة عايشة هيك وتموى. عايشة عايشة انا نبغيك. أوه، عايشة عايشة طبابا. عايشة عايشة ونموت عليك. عايشة عايشة غير بابا. لا 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 يا ليلي. لا 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 لا.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful work. So we're going to now go straight to the new book, Grandma's Bird. And we're going to do a reading of the book in English and Arabic. So if everyone else could turn off their cameras, apart from me and Hani, we'll just, let me just find the book. Grandma's Bird by Malak Mata.
طير ستي ملك مطر.
Malak is a young Palestinian girl. She lives happily with her mama and baba in Gaza.
ملك طفلة فلسطينية صغيرة بتعيش بسعادة مع ماما وبابا في غزة.
Gaza has a beautiful sea with colorful fish. Malak loves watching them from a boat.
غزة فيها بحر حلو وسمك ملون. ملك بتحب تشوفهم من السفينة.
On Fridays, Malak goes to Grandma's house with Mama and Baba. She loves visiting Sidi and eating maklouba, a delicious Palestinian dish.
في أيام الجمعة ملك بتروح لعند ستها مع ماما وبابا. ملك كتير بتحب تزور ستها وتاكل مقلوبة، أكلة فلسطينية زاكية.
Her favorite thing is feeding Sidi's bird. Why can't the bird fly? Says Malak. Because the birds are in a cage, just like us, says Sidi.
أكتر شي بتحب ملك تعمله هو إنها تعطي لطير ستها أكل. ملك بتسأل ستها ليش الطير ما بيقدر يطير؟ ردت عليها ستها وقالت لأنه الطيور بقفص مثلنا تماماً.
Malak leaves Sidi's house with a big bag of candy.
ملك روحت من بيت ستها بكيس كبير من الحلوى.
The next morning, Malak arrives at school and plays with her friends. She shares her candy with them.
في صباح اليوم التالي ملك وصلت مدرستها ولعبت مع أصحابها ووزعت عليهم الحلوى.
Suddenly, there's a very scary noise and the building shakes. Miss Amal tells all the students to go home quickly.
فجأة صار في صوت كتير مخيف والمباني تحركت من قوة الصوت. المعلمة أمل طلبت من كل طلابها يروحوا على البيت بسرعة.
When Malak gets home, Mum and Dad hug her very tightly. They say everything will be okay.
لما ملك رجعت على البيت ماما وبابا حضنوها وقالوا لها كل شي رح يكون بخير.
For 50 days, Malak and Mama and Baba stay at home. The scary noises and shaking happen almost every day, and Malak feels worried all the time. One day, she opens her school backpack and discovers some paint and some brushes she'd forgotten.
لمدة 50 يوم ملك وماما وبابا اتخبوا بالبيت طول الوقت. الصوت المخيف وحركة المباني اللي بتهتز صارت كل يوم وملك ضلت قلقانة طول الوقت. بيوم من الأيام ملك فتحت شنطة المدرسة واكتشفت ألوان مائية وفرشايات كانت نسياهم.
Suddenly, she finds herself painting what is in her mind.
فجأة صارت ملك ترسم كل شي بيجي على بالها.
While Malak is painting, a bird comes and sits on her windowsill. Malak is so happy to see the bird. She feels like the cage inside herself has been opened. She calls Mama and Baba, come and see.
لما كانت ملك ترسم إجا طير ووقف عند شباكها. ملك كتير انبسطت إنها شافت الطير وحست إنها حرة وإنه القفص اللي جواها انفتح ونادت ماما وبابا ليشوفوا الطير.
Malak's mama is surprised. This is Sitti's bird, she says. She quickly calls Sitti. Are you okay? Is everything all right? Sitti is crying. My home is destroyed. I lost everything. I even lost my bird. Malak says, Sitti, your bird is alive. She just came to visit.
ملك تفاجأت وحكت لها هذا طير ستك. وبسرعة اتصلت ملك على ستها وسألتها انتي بخير؟ كل شي بخير؟ ستي ضلت تبكي وتحكي بيتي اتدمر وخسرت كل شي حتى طيري خسرته. ملك قالت ستي طيرك عايش وهو إجا في زيارة لعنا.
Malak holds Mama's and Baba's hands tightly as they walk between the ruined buildings.
ملك مسكت إيدين ماما وبابا بقوة وهم بيمشوا بين المباني المدمرة.
Finally, it's safe enough for Malak to go back to school. She shows her paintings to her friends and to Miss Amal.
وأخيراً صارت الدنيا أمان لملك عشان ترجع على المدرسة. ملك ورت رسوماتها للمعلمة أمل وأصدقائها.
Wow, Malak, these paintings are so beautiful. Let's have an art exhibition in our school, says Miss Amal.
المعلمة أمل تفاجأت بالرسومات وعجبوها كتير، وحكت لملك لازم نعمل معرض ونعرض رسوماتك فيه.
Malak feels really proud. She wears her favorite flowered dress and her flower crown.
ملك حست بفرحة وفخر ولبست فستانها المفضل، الفستان عليه ورد وزهور وتاجها المورد.
Malak and Miss Amal cut the red rope.
ملك والمعلمة أمل قطعوا الحبل الأحمر عشان يفتتحوا المعرض.
These are paintings of Palestinian there are paintings of Palestinian phobes, of Malak's family, of the sea, and of all the beautiful places in Gaza.
المعرض فيه لوحات وأثواب فلسطينية وعيلة ملك والبحر وكل الأماكن الحلوة في غزة، والكل كان متحمس يشوف الرسومات.
Next morning, Malak gets an invitation to fly to an international exhibition with her parents. She's so happy. One of her dreams is coming true.
في صباح اليوم التالي ملك استلمت دعوة لتروح على معرض برا غزة مع ماما وبابا. ملك حست بفرحة كبيرة لأنه واحد من أحلامها رح يتحقق.
Baba makes some phone calls, but it's impossible to leave Gaza. The city is closed and the borders are shut, he says.
بابا بيعمل اتصالاته بس السفر من غزة مستحيل. بابا قال المدينة مسكرة والمعابر مسكرة.
Malak goes to bed with tears in her eyes. Her dream won't come true after all. She whispers to herself, maybe somehow a miracle will happen.
ملك راحت تنام على سريرها وعيونها مليانة دموع، وصارت تبكي لأنه حلمها خلص ما رح يتحقق. ملك حكت لحالها يمكن يصير معجزة ويتحقق حلمي.
That night, Malak dreams that she receives lots of invitations from all over the world to show her paintings and tell her story. On Sitti's bird, she flies through the sky to all the exhibitions.
وبهاي الليلة ملك حلمت إنه إجاها كتير دعوات من كل العالم لتعرض رسوماتها وتحكي قصتها. حلمت إنها راكبة طير ستها وطايرين بالسما لكل معارضها.
The next morning, Malak wakes up and watches the birds from her window. She smiles as they remind her of her dream.
في صباح اليوم التالي ملك صحيت من النوم وظلت تشاهد الطيور من شباكها. ابتسمت وتذكرت حلم امبارح.
She knows that someday her art will be like Sitti's bird, helping her to fly around the world and always back home again to Gaza.
ملك تأكدت إنه بيوم من الأيام رسوماتها حتكون مثل طير ستها، بيطير في كل مكان بالعالم ودايما بيرجع لبيتها غزة.
Thank you very much, Malak, for giving us that story and those paintings. And
Thank you very much for the beautiful reading, you and Haneen. You did amazing job reading it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I'd like to hand over to Raja, who's going to, I'll leave it to you to introduce the next stage, Raja. I'll turn off my camera now.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you today. And I just want to first start by congratulating you, Malak, for this amazing book. I really love the story, the paintings. It's all amazing. Thank you so much. I told them I'm not so brilliant at interviewing people, but they insisted. But here we go. Let's see my first interview, how it goes. My first question for you, Malak, is what is the idea behind your book? Where did it come from? Can you tell us about this?
Of course. First, I'm really happy that you like my story and you like my children's book. This means a lot to me. First, the idea of the book came to me through a friend of mine. She showed me some of the children's book and she said, why not having your own book? And I was like, come on, this is like a very, it's like more like a delusion because I don't know how to illustrate children's books and I don't know what I would write about. And so it felt like a very difficult idea to start working on. And then when I started preparing to come to the Gaza Strip, I said, why not? Like, why not? I can try and see how it will look like. So I was in Turkey and I came to Gaza for a visit for like 7 months. And I felt really inspired to draw my life, to draw how I was as a kid, to draw my family life, to draw how I became an artist and my dream of traveling and not being able to do that because of the border and the siege, and also the atmosphere of my teacher telling me to go and do an art exhibition. So I felt like these important moments needed to be in a children's book. And this comes for another reason, is how much, because we live in an open air prison in the Gaza Strip, where we have little connection with the world outside. I felt like this book was so important as a message from the by the media, and they don't reach by many platforms. So yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. So the question was الفكرة لهذا الكتاب من وين إجت؟ وباختصار ملك حكت إنه الفكرة إجتها من صديقة. حكت لها ليه ما يكون عندك كتاب خاص بالأطفال تحكي فيه يعني قصة أو شغلة كده، بس ملك ما كانت كتير متحمسة للفكرة لأنها ما بتعرف كيف يعني كتب الأطفال بتكون وهيك. بس لما إجت على غزة يعني حبت الفكرة وتشجعت. فوثقت مراحل معينة من حياتها الحقيقية، من بداية حبها للرسم وتشجيع المعلمة إلها إنها تشارك في معارض في هذا الكتاب. وأعتقد هذا الإشي كان باختصار شديد. هلا my second question is I just want you to tell us more about the story itself. I know you've mentioned a few information about it in the first question, but I just need you to illustrate it even more. And I want you to tell us about the characters of your book. Who are the characters? And tell us more about this, please.
Yes, of course. So the story has major and minor characters. So the major are the Malak herself, the father, the mother, and also the grandmother and the grandma's bird. So these are the major characters. The minor characters are the students in the class, the teacher, also, yeah. So these are like the minor characters that help shape, the whole story. So yeah, it focuses more on the upbringing of Malak and the loving and supportive family she grows up in, and also her routine, like going back to school and coming back. And then suddenly in like a normal day, she suddenly has this scary moments of the assault, of the attack on the Gaza Strip. So she suddenly, and her classmates, they all feel scared and they all want to be in a safe place, and they are all worried for 50 days. So it's more like this story starts peacefully, then there's a plot, you know, there's a shock in the story, and then it goes back to Malak having her own hobby, discovering her own talent, and then going slowly to success, and then suddenly having the problem of not leaving the Gaza Strip, and then having this dream. So the story goes through ups and downs, but at the end, Malak has a dream and it comes true, and it's very difficult, but it's possible.
Yeah, that's a great ending. I just loved it. I love happy endings.
Yes.
So my question was
We all do.
سؤالي كان إنه تحكي لنا أكثر ملك عن القصة تاعت الكتاب، تحكي لنا عن الشخصيات. القصة باختصار هي توثيق لمراحل حقيقية في حياة ملك الحقيقية، منذ نشأتها في عائلة مساندة إلها، مساعدة إلها، ساعدوها لتحقق حلمها، لمرحلة حياتها في الحرب واللي عانته بالحرب، وذهابها إلى المدرسة، وبدأ شغفها يظهر بالرسم وباللوحات، فإلى إنه تحدت الأوضاع كلها واستطاعت إنها توصل للعالمية. وكان السؤال كمان الثاني، الجزء الثاني من السؤال بيحكي عن شخصيات الكتاب. ففي عنا شخصيات رئيسية وشخصيات ثانوية. الشخصيات الرئيسية اللي هم الأب والأم وملك والجدة، وأيضا طائر ستي. والشخصيات الثانوية كانوا المعلمة والطلاب في المدرسة. So now let's move on to my last question, which is the most important question. What is the importance of the message that you delivered in that book as a Palestinian, like making this book? What's the importance of that message in your book? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. Well, I feel that the story of every Palestinian, wherever they live, is so important, because we are people who struggled for so long, for decades. We are people who, like, we were expelled from our homes. We survived so many attacks, and we lived through a lot of instability and a lot of aggression and struggle. And I feel that this is the only image that is portrayed, which is very important that it's portrayed by the media. But the very important part in the society is the children, because the children are the future of a country. They are the hope. So I feel that also children in Palestine, they face a lot of struggles. In the last attack, we lost over 60 children. And there are children in the Israeli prison who are treated with torture every single day. And there are children who grew up without their fathers, without their mothers, because of the occupation. So I felt that highlighting that there are children who live in Palestine and who have a dream and who also work to achieve their dreams is so important. And I believe that the book, if it comes in a shelf somewhere in the world, it will become as a surprise, because how can anyone think of the children when they think of the Gaza Strip, when they think of a war zone? So it's, for me, I believe in the story and its importance in how much it can change and how much it can highlight the children of Palestine and the children of Gaza Strip.
Thank you ملك. السؤال الأخير كان عن أهمية الرسالة اللي حابة ملك توصلها أو وصلتها بالكتاب، خصوصا استخدام الأطفال في هذا الكتاب. فملك بتحكي باختصار إنه إحنا شعب مضطهد، عشنا سنوات من الاضطهاد والألم، طردنا من منازلنا ومن بيوتنا ومن أماكننا في 1948. فالعالم كله ركز على القضية هاي بشكل عام وعن المعاناة تبعيتنا. فملك حبت تركز على الأطفال كجزء مهم جدا من الشعب وجزء مهم جدا من المعاناة. في هناك أطفال قتلوا وخصوصا في آخر حرب 60 طفل قتلوا واستشهدوا في آخر حرب. في عنا أطفال في السجون، في عنا أطفال يتموا وقتلت أمهاتهم وقتلوا آبائهم. فمن هنا يعني بتكون الأهمية للكتاب، إنه بيعرض للعالم، بورجي العالم إنه كيف الأطفال عايشين، وكيف من رحم المعاناة الأطفال بيكبروا وبيبدعوا وبيصيروا ناس مميزين زي ملك اليوم معنا. Thank you so much, Malak, and thank you for answering my questions. And over to you, Nick or Sarah, I don't know.
Thank you, Raja. You are not only a great interviewer, but translator.
Thank you so
Great job.
Yeah, brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so of course this is Malak's work, it's Malak's painting, it's Malak's story, but this has also been a big collaborative effort between lots of different members of the Hands Up project. So Haneen helped to, well, sort of wrote the Arabic text, and it's interesting, isn't it, because the Arabic is written in a very natural, colloquial Arabic that is spoken by children in Gaza, as I understand it. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really
That's
important
right,
about the book, that it's something that's accessible by children, the language that's used. And so I helped to edit the English version of the text. And of course, we're massively indebted to Mark, our designer in New Zealand, who's really done masses and masses of work and putting all of this book together, designing how everything was going to look on the page. Unfortunately, it's 6 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand at the moment, and he isn't able to be with us, but he did send this message, which I'd like to read out. So Mark says, "Kia ora. Hands up, friends and colleagues." That's a word in Maori language, kia ora. Hands up, friends and colleagues. Apologies for missing the online launch of Malak's wonderful new book, Grandma's Bird, but to avoid appearing nonsensical at 6 a.m. on this side of the world, I thought I'd send a quick message. Congratulations to Malak on the publication of her first children's book. It's an inspirational story that is beautifully illustrated. I really enjoyed working with Malak and the Hands Up team as always. Nick and Haneen in particular, thanks for your support. Kai Pai, Mark, New Zealand. So if anyone would like to buy a copy of the book, we will post it anywhere in the world. You can buy the book from our website. I've put the link in the chat on the Facebook feed. Anything to add, Sarah? Anything? I haven't really been following the Facebook feed, but if there are
yeah, there's a couple of comments. Obviously, Malak, lots of congratulations from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your sound's a bit funny.
That's weird. There's nothing I can do. Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Malak, lots of congratulations from people, obviously, and some really nice comments. People are saying it's a great achievement, a real Palestinian story. The artwork is superb and such a healing story as well. Beautiful paintings. Good job. Can't wait to read it. So you've got some lovely comments there. And I think, you know,
thank you so much.
Malak, it also comes across on the screen how really beautiful and vibrant the paintings are. It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, one thing I particularly love about the paintings is how you see a kind of development in the style. Like the early paintings are almost like there's something very childish about the early paintings. And then we go to the end and it's like you're almost growing up. You see you growing up through the paintings in the style. And that's very beautiful. So we wish you all the very best with the book. We hope that people all over the world buy this book and share it with their children. I mean, obviously, it's not just a book for children, it's a book for anyone of any age. If you're learning Arabic, as a foreign language, you might want to buy it. If you're learning English as a foreign language, you might want to buy it. You might want to buy it for any other reason as well, because of the beautiful artwork, the beautiful story. And we wish you all the best, Malak, in everything that you do. And we hope that this is your first children's book, but not your last. So
yeah, thank you so much, Nick, and Haneen, Raja, and Sarah. I mean, this book would not have existed without your help, without Haneen, and without Mark and Raja and Sarah and all the members' work, because it was massive amount of work. And so I'm so thankful for making it happening, and I really hope people will support the book, will support like the story of it, and will support the work of the Hands Up Project that is really hardworking and really doing impactful work in the world. So thank you very much. So thank you.
thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.